I just finished recording what may be our last of this specific version of worship. A style of worship brought on by the pandemic, a style of worship that we never would have foreseen in any other time. And so to mark this moment, I found myself getting a little bit choked up, recognizing that something is ending, and we are not yet sure what exactly is beginning. But in this in-between time, we are marked by that what the Psalm said this Sunday, Psalm 138, we're marked by this moment where we look back and we look forward, and we're here in the middle too. And in this present moment, I just wanted to take a moment to recognize this. I want to thank Ju Sun. I want to thank Don Anderson. I want to thank all of the folks who have contributed their music in different ways this year. I want to thank all of the people who have given us worship leadership, who figured out in their own ways recording video and uploading it and sending it. All of the people who've done that, who've taken the time to help create worship in a different way. I want to thank Roxanne and Eric and Carla and all of those who have figured out the ways that worship would look on our website, put that up there, added online giving, added our videos each week, figured out what it looked like to send out a notice about the video being up each week. All of this is so different than printing the bulletin, showing up on Sunday. It's showing up in different ways. It's doing that so differently. And I wanted to take this moment of gratitude for all of them, of gratitude for our COVID response team who has worked so hard in all of this, figuring out what it looks like to reopen. Thanks for our building and grounds, worship and music, administration, mission, Friends of Bloom, all of those who have worked so hard, for members of session and the deacons, for everyone who has called and reached out to one another. I know it's been a tough year. It's been a really tough year for a lot of folks. And I know there are ways that this didn't feel like church, and yet it has become church. So I wanted to take a moment to say thank you. And let me take you behind the scenes just for a minute here, because it's different from this side. You can all imagine what it's like to sit out in the sanctuary, but this view I want to preserve for posterity. So, just so you know, each week I printed out my sermon like I always do, wrote it like I always do, and then came in here and recorded. And so, pardon just a little fumbling as I grab the recording here. So this is normally recorded here on my phone. As it turned out, my phone both worked best as a camera, which was quite good for video, and that worked well for handling the audio and everything else too. And so each week I set up my whole little setup here. And so you can see this is my view. Right up there is where the camera would be, my tripod and our microphone. I borrowed Ju Sun's accompaniment light, which had wonderful LED light week after week. Over here, I have a photo reflector that's got a shop light underneath it. It's, again, something that I figured out that worked really well. The first couple weeks I recorded, everyone said I should turn on the lights, that they looked really dark when I first recorded those first times. And every light in here was on, and so all of these speak to the amount of light you need for a video. So if in coming weeks things are a little different, it's because we'll be figuring out what it looks like here in the sanctuary to have it be a little different. The sanctuary, as you can see, is empty. I happen to be recording this on a Tuesday afternoon. Usually I record on Thursdays or something like that. Late enough in the week that I've been able to respond to things as they come, but early enough that I'm able to get it edited and uploaded, and then Roxanne's able to get it on the website. And so I just wanted to share one more time what all of this ends up looking like, because this is a moment for posterity. This is a moment in history. And so, for the last time from this vantage point, from this side of the sanctuary, and again, we've tried the other side too and switched it up in Lent to give something a little bit different, but it has been a privilege to worship with you in this way. It is something that I will never forget. It is something that I would do again. Now that I've learned so much, it's kind of strange to know that some of these talents, some of these things are going to be lost, changed to history. I'll record one more of this for how we do our parking lot communion setup, because that too took so much learning and so much trial and error. But as we wrap up this worship today, I just wanted to say again, thank you. I look forward to gathering with you all in person soon. And I know that the worship recording videos will be a little bit more like regular worship from the pulpit. And we're going to have to figure out what that looks like. Bear with us, just as I know you bared with us as we started worshiping in this way a year ago. So in thanks and in gratitude, go in peace to love and serve the Lord in whatever changing circumstances we find ourselves in. Wherever the things that have shaped and adapt our lives, whatever conditions we find ourselves in, God is with us. God is absolutely with us. It's that God we return to in praise. It's that God we give thanks to. So go in peace to love and serve the Lord. Thanks be to God. Amen. And usually I have to cut out this part where I walk around the microphone and turn it off. Peace be with you.